This is my audience for my speech. Hello, my name is Evan Clark, and today I will be talking about electric vehicles and their impact on the environment. While electric vehicles are often promoted as a sustainable alternative to gasoline-powered cars, their production and energy requirements reveal significant environmental drawbacks, including the harmful extraction of rare earth metals, increased strain on reefs, and their environmental costs of battery disposal. Did you know that even though electric vehicles are depicted as zero emissions, they cause almost the same as combustion engine emissions through their lifetime? I know all of this because I have done extensive research on the topic at hand and am well qualified to speak on the topic. You may think it won't affect you, but car companies are pledging to hope to do away with combustion engines in the near future, leaving you to only buy electric. My main points today will be battery production emissions, electricity generation emissions, and life cycle emissions and disposable. Hopefully I could persuade you to continue buying combustion engines. My first point, battery production emissions. It is easy to be swept up in the hype around EVs, but the truth is their environmental harm starts long before they ever hit the road. The mining of lithium, cobalt, and nickel devastates ecosystems, consumes vast amounts of water, releases harmful emissions, often in regions with poor environmental protections, such as third world countries or other countries. Processing and transporting these materials require fossil-fueled industrial operations that significantly offset any future emission savings from the electric vehicle. The manufacturing of lithium-ion batteries is one of the most energy-intensive aspects of EV production, drawing power from polluting energy sources. And yet, the environmental damage does not stop there. Once the EVs is built, it continues every time it is plugged in. By electricity generation emissions. Contrary to popular belief, driving an EV doesn't always mean driving clean. Many EVs are charged with electrically generated by coal natural gas, which undercuts the zero emissions claim. When charging demands spike, utilities often rely on high emission backup plants, compounding the problem instead of solving it. In areas with coal-heavy power mixes, an EV can end up having a similar or even worse carbon footprint than a hybrid or fuel-efficient gas car. Even worse, the environmental cost of EVs doesn't just disappear at the end of their life cycle, it comes back to haunt us. Which is headway into our next point, life cycle emissions and disposal. We must stop ignoring the long-term consequences of EVs just because they seem clean in the short term. Over its lifetime, an electric vehicle still produces significant emissions, especially when the hidden costs of production and energy are considered. Battery disposal poses a serious threat with current recycling methods falling short, often leading to toxic waste and pollution. Another subpoint on that is most electric vehicles have to get their battery replaced every 3 to 5 years, or if you could buy a very nice battery, it's 10 years. You have to replace it. Without strong global recycling systems, many EV batteries end up in landfills or are improperly handled in developing countries, spreading the environmental burden. In conclusion, in the rush to embrace electric vehicles, if we truly care about the planet, we must look beyond the electric illusion and demand real, sustainable solutions. Some solutions, like solar and wind energy, are considerable, but they're not as efficient as coal and natural gas and or nuclear energy, which nuclear energy would be the best energy source. It's just very expensive to get going and to build. Okay, my sources. According to a 2023 article in the Environmental Research, Infrastructure, and Sustainability titled Life Cycle Assessments of Battery Electric Vehicles, battery production is a major contributor to the environmental impact of electric cars. The study also found that using cleaner electricity sources for charging can reduce climate change impacts by nearly 9.4%. In a study published in the Journal of Cleaner Production called The Environmental Impact of Electric Vehicles, a novel life cycle perspective, researchers found that electric vehicles produce fewer carbon emissions over their lifetime compared to gasoline cars. However, the environmental benefits depend heavily on the energy sources used to generate electricity. According to a study published in the journal Energy Policy titled Effect of Electricity Generation Mix on Battery Electric Vehicle Life Cycle Emissions in Decarbonizing Grid, the environmental impact of the electric vehicles is significantly influenced by the source of electricity used for charging. The study found that using more renewable energy in the power grid can greatly reduce life cycle greenhouse gas emissions from electric vehicles. How do you guys perceive my speech?
Very good. Very good.
Very good.
We want the horse and buggy.
Yes.
No electric cars for me. Never.